Hi guys, in this video we are going to learn about two powerful softwares that I use to create my ebook covers. So the first one is Figma. I use Figma to create my ebook covers because it's super flexible. It gives me full customization. I can do whatever it is that I want. And we're also going to learn how to turn the ebook cover design that we create inside of Figma into a mockup, and we're going to be doing that using Canva. Canva has really amazing mockups and it's super friendly, super easy to use. All right, let's get into it. Now, if you run an online business, you'd agree with me that a very important process of building an online business is generating leads, right? These are people that you can nurture over time. You can build a relationship with them, pitch your service, product, or offers to them. Now, how do you get these leads? One of the ways you do that is by giving them something free in return for their email address, which now gives you a portal into their world where you can start building a relationship. So this lead magnet is a free resource or an ethical bribe that you give to somebody in exchange for their email address. Now, there are different forms of lead magnets. We have checklists, templates, mini courses, and all of that. But one simple way to create a lead magnet is to create something called an ebook, right? An ebook is also a free resource. You could pack it with value. It could be 8-10 pages long, and you could just give it to people, right? Embed the ebook in a landing page. Also provide an opt-in form where they can provide their email address and download the ebook, right? So that's the purpose of a lead magnet. And I'm going to show you how I designed this. This is a lead magnet that's currently on my website, cheesyaj.com. 12 profitable digital product ideas. I designed this inside of Figma. I'm going to show you how to do that inside of Figma. So once you're on Figma, you want to click on your frame tool. The moment you do that, if you look on your right under the design tab, you're going to see a lot of options, different dimensions for phone, tablets, paper, and all of that. So you could go with A4. If the markup you're going for is going to be like an iPad, you could come down to tablets and maybe choose the iPad Pro, right? But the size could always be adjusted, so it doesn't really matter. Just choose something that's pretty good like the A4. This works. Then it's time for us to design this. So we're going to be replicating this design. I'm going to show you how I did this. So the first thing is I had to download this light image, right? I got it from FreePic. FreePic is free. It has a premium and a free option, so you can use the free option, right? So just go to freepic.com and just maybe search for a light image. Okay, let me just show you how to do that. I can just go to FreePic and search for light bulb, right? And you see different options. So you see this has this icon, so this is like a premium icon. So you want to look for a free option. So if you look at this is free, so you can download this. So that's how I got the image. I just typed in light bulb on FreePic and I got some images that were pretty good. Now let's go back to Figma. So I got this. Then the first thing you want to do is set the background of your frame. So I'm just going to copy this background color. So I'm going to click on this and come over to fill. Make sure you're on the design tab. So I'm going to copy this. Then I'm going to go here, click on my new frame. Then I'm going to come back to fill and paste the color code that I copied, and there we have it. I'm going to drag this onto the screen. Then I'm going to maybe push it up a bit, just to get something similar, right? Good. Then it's time for me to design the text. So to do that, I'm going to type in 12, right? Then I'm going to draw a frame around it so that it's going to have like a background color. And to do that, I will just click on Shift A, right? And you see that it now has like an auto layout around it. So over here, it has this auto layout. I can now come down to the fill and add a background color. Good. I can do the same thing for profitable. So I can type in profitable here, right? I can click on Shift A. It now has a frame around it, and I can come down to fill and click on fill, and we have this. So I can put this here. Then digital products. So I'm going to also type in digital here, then Shift A as well, give it a fill, good. I'm going to bring it here. The same thing with products, right? Shift A, give it a feel, then I'm going to bring it here. Good. Then ideas. So ideas, it's a much bigger font size, so I can maybe change the font size here to something like 128. Then Shift A, right? And we now have the auto layout, and I can also give it a fill color. Oh, I gave it a stroke, so you can remove the stroke, then give it a fill color. And then I have this, so I can also change the font. So let me check this font. Font is Go Bold, Bold. So just come over here and go to where I have pop-ins and set it to Go Bold, Bold. Right, so first of all, let me bring this down. Right, so let me extend this. Good. So if I play around with this, I can extend the space between. So I can also click here to extend the space at the top and bottom, and I can click here to extend the space at the left and right. Right, so I'm going to leave this to, let me set this to 12. Right, then let me extend this. So this is looking good. Then this also, let me change the font. And we have something that's similar to this, right? So I can click on this, for example, and reduce the letter spacing, right? So it's smaller. Maybe set it to -6. Do the same thing for everything. Then I can click on this too and also turn it to an auto layout, right? So I can now adjust the spacing between them. Set it to something like 10. Do the same thing to this. Set it to 10. Then I can click on this, click on this, click on this, and also add an auto layout. Set it to 10 as well. So that way we have something that's very organized. So I can reduce it further to like maybe 6. Do the same thing to this. Set it to 6. Click on this. Set it to 6. And now I have this, and it's looking good. Then let's change the colors. So let me copy this color here. Then let me paste it here where we have white. Good. Let me do the same thing for this where we have white. And let's change the black to white. Let's change this also to, we're changing the black to white as well. No, it's going to affect this text as well. So let's click on this and set this to white. And for this, let's copy the background color, which is white, and set it to this color here. So that's like the yellow color. Then let's set this black to white. Let's copy the orange here as well. Let's change it here, and let's change the black to white. And now we have this. This is pretty much how I designed it. Now before I do designs, right, I always like to add like a layout grid. If you check this, you're going to see like this layout grid that pretty much lets me know where my design area is. So I can do the same thing for this. Change from grid to columns, set it to maybe 4, set the margin to maybe 44, right? Not bad. I can now adjust this text. And I do this because there are cases where I need to have like a subtext here. It helps me know my design area without having to manually align it. So I can delete this. And this is my logo. I can bring this here. Let me turn on my grid, you get. So I'm going to turn on my grid, then I'm going to align my logo here, right? Then maybe push it up a bit. Then I can push this image up a bit as well. And guys, that's how I designed this lead magnet. I can reduce the size further. So yeah. Then maybe extend it, yeah. And maybe push it further. Yeah. And that's how I designed this lead magnet. Now once I'm done, it's time for me to save. Before I save, I want to name this. So let's call this profitable ideas. Good. Then we're going to save this. So come down here and click on export. PNG is good. I'm going to increase the quality from 1x to something like 3x. Then I'm going to export profitable ideas. I'm going to export to my downloads. Once I'm done with this, it's time for me to mock it up inside of Canva. And to do that, I just have to go to Canva, right? So here I have Canva. I can just type in ebook mockup, and these are like different mockups. So you see here we have the hyper template. You can keep scrolling till you find something that you like. I think I can go with something like this. So this is a premium mockup. That's why you see this crown, this pro label here. So this is included in my pro plan. So I can click on this and I can customize this template, right? Then what I want to do next is to upload what I just designed, right? So I can click on uploads, upload the file, profitable ideas, open it up. So this is it. So I have other ones here that I used for my lead magnet on my website. So this is it. I can just click on this. It appears here and I can move it over here. And once I do, you see how it becomes aligned to this, right? Then I can also put something here. So typically your ebook would also have pages. So if I go back to Figma, so this is a page from my lead magnet. So once you download my lead magnet, this is what you see first, right? So it's like a note from me. So you can also design this inside of Figma. I designed all my ebook pages inside of Figma. Let me show you how to do this. So let's duplicate this so that they are the same size. Then let's delete all of this, right? And let's delete the logo as well. Then let's set this to white, right? Because we're trying to design this. I'm going to create this header here and it's very simple. Just come here, click on frame and draw over this, right? Maybe the height. Let's check the height here. This is 68, so you can set this to 68 as well. So you can change the height here where you have frame. So 68, I can give it a feel, right? And I can give it a color. This is a gradient, so I can just copy the color here. It's a linear gradient, so click on this, then I can click here and copy this color, then come back here, right? Click on fill, set it to linear, right? And paste the first color here. Good. Come back here, click on this, then copy the second color as well. Then go back up, click here and click on this and paste the second color. And guys, we have something like this. I'm going to just maybe increase the height a bit. Then we have a note from Cheesy, simple, a note from Cheesy, and I can just drag it, make sure it's inside this frame. So if you check the frame here, you see that this note is inside the frame. Then I can align, right, vertical centers and horizontal centers, and it's properly aligned. And I can just, drag this here. Turn on your grid to make sure it's properly aligned. So this is looking good. Turn off the grid. And guys, that's how you create a page in your ebook. You can create as many pages as you want, as many designs as you want. So I'm going to call this page 1. Let's export this also. Then save. Let's go back to Canva and let's upload that. So page 1. So this is it here. I can click on it, right, and I can put it here. You see, when I have it here. Now that I'm done with this, you can either edit the text if you want to go with a dimension like this. You can also edit this to my free ebook, right? All this profitable digital products ideas. But for me, because when I have a lead magnet, it's usually going to be like part of my landing page on my website. So I usually just download the mockup. So I'm going to click on them, right? And just click on this more and come down to download selection, right? So this here, you can set the size So if you check, you're going to see the dimension, the pixel size. You can increase it if you want. You can also limit the size to a particular kilobyte, so something like 500. I like using 500 or something below 500 so that my website can load pretty fast. You can also compress the file to a lower quality. I don't really do this because I want a higher quality, but I always check this because I want to use this mockup on my website. So I need to design a custom section or a custom banner on my website. I'm going to show you how I do that. So click on transparent background, make sure that there's no background. Then I'm going to click on download. And it's downloaded. So it's downloaded here. Then I can go back to Figma. So this is a section on my website, right, where I have my free resources, the online business launch blueprint, and the 12 profitable digital product ideas. So for something like this, I can go to my files, right? I can drag the mockup over here, right? So for this, I used another mockup. I used this, right? Then I created all these other ones. These are like custom shapes. I'm going to duplicate this. Then I'm going to copy this, zoom in, click on this, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to replace it, right? So I now have this. So that's why I always download PNG so that I can use it on my website the way that I want. But if you want to use the banner, you can as well do that. You can go for it. So it also works, but I use mine on my website. So I like to download PNG, and also I can just play around with the colors, and adjust it to my taste. That's how I design my lead magnet covers or pages inside of Figma and mock it up on Canva. I want to thank you for sticking to the end of this video. So I want to encourage you to subscribe, turn on your notifications so that you do not miss any video that I share on this channel. Believe me, they're all going to be super valuable. And on that note, I'm going to see you in the next video.